What is up everyone, it is Sacred Saiyan here, welcoming you to the 6th episode of the series, What If Sacred Saiyan Was in Dragon Ball? If you end up liking today's video, then please consider subscribing. It is free, and you can always unsubscribe later. There's a link in the description of the video to join my Discord server, and also to become a channel member if you want to support the channel. I have another channel where I post Star Wars What Ifs, and I posted the first video on my gaming channel as well, so if you want to check them out in the description of the video, then you can. And with all of that out of the way, let's get into the 6th episode of What If Sacred Saiyan Was in Dragon Ball? This video begins with both my future counterpart and I being surrounded by the Z Fighters. Tien asks if what Cell told them is true, and I am about to respond. However, I am interrupted by Kami, who telepathically told us all to come to the lookout immediately. Everyone is still for a moment, like time itself is frozen. However, Kami repeats himself, and then everyone makes their way to the lookout. Not a word is spoken on the way. Once everyone arrives on the lookout, Kami looks at the ground solemnly, and he admits to everyone present that he knew of my knowledge all along. I told him the day I arrived in this world of theirs. Kami then says that he agreed with the decision to not tell anyone the knowledge I possess. So if they are going to hold disdain for me for hiding my knowledge, then they should do the same for him. Everyone is looking away, having conflicted emotions, but Goku steps forward and he puts his arm on my shoulder. He says that he knows me. I wouldn't hide something like this without good reason. He trusts me, but Cell is a big issue. Goku trusts me with the knowledge that I possess, but who knows what Cell is capable of with that knowledge? So Goku asks me what the plan is. The others then finally look in my direction, and I explain my plan. Like Cell himself stated, we will use the time chamber to train, and to maximise this training, everyone will need to have a training partner best suited to them, which I've already figured out. But first, there's someone I need to collect. I put 2 fingers to my head, and I then teleport away, arriving on a strange planet, which is full of monstrous beasts. I then turn around, and I see a large Saiyan with green fur around his waist standing in front of me. A middle-aged Saiyan then runs over to me, asking if I'm here to rescue them, and I say that I am. However, under one condition. I introduce myself as Sacred, and I say that I already know their names, Paragus and Broly. I tell Paragus that I will bring them to a much more hospitable planet where they can live out the rest of their days in comfort. However, Paragus must allow Broly to come and train with him for 1 week. That's all. Paragus feels like there is a catch to this offer. However, with no other option, he reluctantly agrees to this deal. And I say that's great. I also tell Paragus that Prince Vegeta will be on that planet. But before Paragus gets angry and attempts to have Broly attack Vegeta, I transform into a Super Saiyan, and I tell Paragus that if he does that, then I will stop him. Paragus is terrified. He is in the presence of a Super Saiyan, and even though he is furious that Vegeta will be on the planet he is being taken to, he knows Broly is no match for a Super Saiyan. At least not right now, so for the time being, he will have to swallow his rage. He just has to remind himself that Prince Vegeta isn't his father. He probably doesn't even know what his father did to himself and Broly. I then tell Paragus and Broly to grab onto me, the pair looking confused, but doing so, and then I teleport back to the lookout. I introduce everyone to Broly and Paragus, and after I do so, I then say it is time I explain who will be training with who. The first people to go in the time chamber will be my future self and I. The next people will be Goku and present Gohan. The people after that will be Broly and future Gohan, and the final group will be Vegeta, Tien, and Piccolo. Piccolo doesn't need food, which is why the final group will be a group of 3. Also, neither Yamcha or Krillin want to train in the time chamber, since they don't think it will make a difference. I also say that Kami and Piccolo should merge to become one being once again, before Piccolo does his time chamber training, and Kami knows that it is the best course of action, so he merges into Piccolo, and Piccolo gets a large power boost. With that being out of the way, me and my future self enter the time chamber and commence our training. When we exit a day later, we both exit while in Super Saiyan 2. We mastered it in the same way as we mastered Super Saiyan. Goku and Gohan go in next, and they come out in the same state of Super Saiyan 2. And now it is time future Gohan and Broly go in. But before they do, my future self wishes future Gohan good luck, but future Gohan says to not act like nothing has changed. He is the reason his father and his friends died. He can't just forgive him for that. They will talk once this is all over. Future Gohan and Broly then enter the time chamber, and when they exit a day later, Gohan is in Super Saiyan 2, while Broly is in Akari. I'm surprised, as it seems Broly was able to both harness and control this power while in the time chamber. I hoped future Gohan would be able to help him do this, because Gohan had outbursts of rage which gave him immense power in the past. So I thought if anyone could teach Broly how to control that power, then it would be him. The final group then enters, and a day later, they also come out. Piccolo and TNF both increase their Kaioken output, while Vegeta was able to achieve Super Saiyan 2, however he hasn't mastered it just yet. Now everyone is done with their training, I say it is time for the final step of the plan. It would have been much more effective if we did this before the training in the time chamber, as we would have had time to control this power, but I decided against it. I wanted everyone to calm down a bit first. After everyone training for an entire year, most have came to forgive me for the most part. However, they still have questions. Others, on the other hand, had trust in me which can't be salvaged. Future Gohan being one of those people. Everyone other than my future self looks confused. But what do I mean, control this power? I tell them that we're going to create a Super Saiyan God. It will take a lot of energy, meaning they will probably only be able to create 2 Super Saiyan Gods for now. So the strongest among them should be the ones to become it. Nobody knows what a Super Saiyan God is, but I tell them that they will soon see. And I then say for all the Saiyans to power up to their fullest. Everyone then realises that my future self and I are the 2 strongest Saiyans. Broly is close, and if he used that power future Gohan witnessed in the time chamber, then he certainly would be. However, it is uncertain if he could even control the power of a Super Saiyan God at the moment anyway. So it is decided that my future self and I are the ones who will become the Super Saiyan Gods. So the others ask what they need to do. I step up first. Both Gohans, Goku, Broly, my future self, and I all lock arms, and they all pour their energy into me. I begin to float into the air. I am engulfed by a fiery red aura, and once it dissipates, I am slimmer, and my hair and eyes are red. We then perform the ritual on my future self as well, and he also becomes a Super Saiyan God. I then tell everyone to stay up here on the lookout, while my future self and I go down and fight Cell. In the meantime, I also tell Goku to go to Namek, and get Dendi to become the new Guardian of the Earth. Goku nods, wishing us luck, before teleporting away. My future self and I then looking at each other in the eyes, with a look of determination. We then teleport to the Cell Games arena, and we are ready to face our strongest enemy yet. Cell turns around, seeing the pair of us, and smirking, saying there are still a couple of days before the Cell Games begin. Are we sure that we don't want to train some more? He can see we did that ritual to gain the power of the gods, but do we really think that is enough? I then step forward, saying if Cell has my memories, then he should know how powerful this form is. So why isn't he shaking in fear right now? Cell laughs, saying that I would never see him fearing for his life. No, he expected us to do the Super Saiyan God ritual. In fact, he's been preparing for it. Cell then states that thanks to the culmination of the DNA that he consists of, his potential is vastly superior to my own. He has the potential of Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Frieza, King Cold, and me. And Cell says that I already know how dangerous Frieza's potential alone is. Cell then goes on to say that he has also been training for their battle, but not some light training like Frieza did for 4 months. No, instead he decided to pay a visit to Capsule Corp and stole one of their gravity ships. He's been training inside of that with a clone of himself for the past 4 days or so. He may not have become as strong as Frieza did with that 4 months of training yet, however he is certainly a match for 2 Super Saiyan gods. I tell Cell that he underestimates us greatly, and I then look to my future self, asking if he is ready to end this. My future self nods, and in unison, we rush towards the bio-android Cell. And this is where we're going to end off this part. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to like, comment, and please do subscribe. It is quick and easy to do. Also, I want to give a huge thank you to Yeti Myth, Tan Junyi, Mega Exo, Mystic Angel, Jonathan Way, Crimson Dragon 5401, Neo Whitcomb, and All Might for becoming channel members. If you want to be shouted out at the end of a video, and get other perks like the channel members here, then there is a link in the description down below to become a channel member. It greatly supports me, and it helps me immensely. With all of that out of the way, hope to see you all in the next episode of What If Sacred Saiyan was in Dragon Ball.